The Hungarian expansion into neighboring regions was a complex process that fundamentally reshaped Central and Eastern Europe, producing lasting impacts on local populations and regional politics. Originating with the migration of the Magyar tribes into the Carpathian Basin in the late 9th century, this period laid the foundation for Hungary's emergence as a powerful European kingdom, marked by both diplomatic alliances and frequent conflicts. The Magyars, or Hungarians, initially led a semi-nomadic lifestyle, but over time they transitioned to a settled society. This shift not only helped solidify their presence in the region, but also set in motion a period of expansion that often caused conflicts with local communities, while dramatically altering the demographic and political landscape. In 895, under the leadership of Chief Arpad, the Magyar tribes arrived in the Carpathian Basin, a region that provided natural defenses with its mountain ranges and river systems. However, this arrival was not peaceful. The Magyars encountered resistance from Slavic tribes, remnants of the Avars, and remnants of the Frankish Empire, all of whom had previously held sway over parts of the basin. Initially, the Magyars relied on their skills as mounted archers to conduct raids into Western Europe, exploiting the power vacuum created by the collapse of the Carolingian Empire. These raids reached as far as Italy, Germany, and France, leading to widespread displacement and fear among local populations. However, over time, the Magyars faced increasing resistance from European forces, culminating in a defeat at the Battle of Lechfeld in 955 against Otto of Germany. This defeat compelled the Magyars to abandon their raiding lifestyle and adapt to a settled agrarian society within the Carpathian Basin, marking the start of the Kingdom of Hungary. The transition from a raiding culture to a feudal society required a strong, central authority, a role that was fulfilled by Stephen I, who became the first crowned king of Hungary in the year 1000. Stephen's conversion to Christianity marked a turning point for Hungary, aligning it with Western European culture and institutions, including feudalism and the Catholic Church. With the Pope's blessing, Stephen began consolidating his power, using alliances and military campaigns to bring neighboring territories under Hungarian influence. This shift had a profound impact on the surrounding regions as Hungary began to expand its influence into territories with diverse ethnic and cultural backgrounds, frequently causing tensions with local populations. One of the earliest regions impacted by Hungarian expansion was Croatia. In 1102, King Koloman of Hungary established a personal union with Croatia, following an agreement with Croatian nobles. This union allowed Croatia to retain certain local privileges, but it effectively brought the region under Hungarian control. The agreement granted Hungary access to the Adriatic Sea, which was critical for trade and military purposes. Although the Pacta Conventa outlined the terms for Croatian autonomy, Hungarian influence steadily increased, leading to cultural and administrative changes that often displaced local practices in favor of Hungarian governance. This arrangement allowed Hungary to project its power across the Balkans, and while it brought economic and military benefits, it also created friction as the local Croatian nobility resisted the erosion of their autonomy. Hungarian expansion also extended into Bosnia, a region with a complex religious landscape. Catholicism, Eastern Orthodoxy, and Bogomilism, a Christian dualist sect, coexisted in Bosnia, creating a unique cultural environment. Hungary saw an opportunity to exert influence by supporting Catholicism in Bosnia, framing its interventions as efforts to protect the Catholic faith against Orthodox and Bogomil influences. Hungarian rulers, especially King Bela III, used religion as a justification for military incursions into Bosnia. Over time, Hungary established suzerainty over Bosnia, integrating the region into its sphere of influence. This expansion, however, was not without resistance. Local leaders and communities frequently opposed Hungarian authority, leading to periodic uprisings and instability. The expansion of Hungary into Transylvania represented another significant development in the kingdom's history. Transylvania was rich in natural resources and strategically important, making it an attractive target for Hungarian rulers. To secure the region, Hungarian kings invited settlers from Germany, known as the Transylvanian Saxons, as well as other Western Europeans, to colonize and fortify the area. These settlers brought new agricultural techniques, military expertise, and Western European feudal practices, which helped solidify Hungarian control over Transylvania. However, the influx of foreign settlers led to the displacement of indigenous Vlach and Slavic populations, contributing to tensions between ethnic groups. Transylvania became an integral part of Hungary's eastern defense network, but the complex social hierarchy that developed in the region, dominated by Hungarian nobility and Saxon settlers, would lead to lasting ethnic and social divisions. Hungary's expansionist ambitions also brought it into conflict with the Byzantine Empire, which sought to maintain influence over the Balkans. The struggle between Hungary and Byzantium was both political and religious, as Hungary was aligned with the Catholic Church, while the Byzantine Empire was the stronghold of Eastern Orthodoxy. During the 12th century, Hungarian kings took advantage of Byzantine internal struggles to assert control over parts of Serbia and Bulgaria. Bela III of Hungary was particularly successful in extending Hungarian influence over these regions, positioning Hungary as a regional power in the Balkans. This expansion strained relations between Hungary and Byzantium and created ongoing tensions as both powers sought to control the strategic corridor connecting Central Europe to the Balkans and the Black Sea. The Mongol invasion of Europe in 1241 was a devastating blow to Hungary and a critical moment in its expansionist history. The Mongol forces inflicted heavy losses on the Hungarian army at the Battle of Mohi, leading to widespread destruction across the kingdom. King Bela IV, recognizing Hungary's vulnerabilities, initiated a series of reforms to strengthen the kingdom's defenses. He invited German and other Western settlers to repopulate areas devastated by the Mongols and commissioned the construction of stone castles to serve as defensive strongholds. These changes helped Hungary recover and defend its borders more effectively, allowing it to resume its expansionist policies. The Mongol invasion underscored the importance of a resilient and fortified kingdom, which would influence Hungarian strategies in the following centuries. In the 14th and 15th centuries, Hungary reached its peak under the Angevin and early Habsburg dynasties. King Louis I, known as Louis the Great, expanded Hungary's influence over Poland and the Balkans, where he sought to defend Catholicism and secure alliances with neighboring states. His claim to the Polish throne created a personal union that extended Hungarian influence into Eastern Europe. Louis' campaigns reinforced Hungary's role as a defender of Christianity, a stance that became increasingly significant with the rise of the Ottoman Empire. Hungary's expansion into the Balkans aligned it with Western European interests, as the kingdom sought to counter the growing threat of Ottoman encroachment. The arrival of the Ottoman Empire in Europe marked a turning point for Hungary's expansion. Hungarian rulers, particularly Sigismund of Luxembourg, led crusades to repel the Ottomans from the Balkans, but these efforts met with mixed success. The Battle of Nicopolis in 1396, where Hungarian forces and their allies suffered a severe defeat, highlighted the formidable strength of the Ottoman Empire. Although Hungary managed to hold the Ottomans at bay for a time, the kingdom's resources were stretched thin. The focus shifted from expansion to defense, as Hungary fortified its southern borders in anticipation of further Ottoman advances. The final blow to Hungary's medieval kingdom came in 1526 at the Battle of Mohács, where the Ottomans defeated the Hungarian forces, leading to the collapse of the kingdom. Hungary was subsequently divided into three parts: Ottoman Hungary in the south, under direct Ottoman rule; Royal Hungary in the west, controlled by the Habsburgs; and the Principality of Transylvania, which functioned as an Ottoman vassal. This division marked the end of Hungary's expansionist era and the beginning of a prolonged period of foreign rule, as Hungary's territories were now contested by the Ottomans and the Habsburgs. The legacy of Hungarian expansion left a lasting impact on the social and political fabric of Central and Eastern Europe. Hungarian rule introduced feudal structures, Western European customs, and Catholic religious practices to regions like Croatia, Bosnia, and Transylvania. While this integration brought economic and military benefits, it also led to the displacement and marginalization of local populations. Indigenous customs and autonomy were often suppressed in favor of Hungarian administration, creating ethnic and social tensions that would persist for centuries. Hungary's expansionist legacy also solidified its identity as a Catholic bastion against both Eastern Orthodoxy and, later, the Ottoman Muslim presence. This role as a defender of Western Christianity shaped Hungary's alliances and its political ambitions, aligning it with the papacy and other European powers. However, this identity came at a cost. Hungary's commitment to defending Catholic interests strained its resources and exposed it to continuous conflict, ultimately contributing to its vulnerability in the face of Ottoman expansion. Despite the fragmentation and foreign domination that followed the Battle of Mohacs, the influence of the medieval Hungarian kingdom persisted through the cultural and administrative foundations it left behind. The expansionist era of Hungary shaped the ethnic, religious, and political boundaries of Central Europe, creating legacies that would endure long after the kingdom's decline. Today, the memory of Hungary's medieval kingdom continues to influence national identity and regional dynamics, as the historical experiences of conquest, integration, and resistance remain embedded in the cultural consciousness of Central and Eastern Europe.